Outside of Lilo and Stitch, not a single Disney movie this year, we believe, has turned a profit. That's a lot of flops. And we're here to tell you that Tron Ares is on its way to being one of the biggest flops of the year. Hey, Disney, you got a problem. You got a big problem. How many millions will it lose? Folks, we've got answers you need to know. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is a pleasure as always. Thank you for coming our way. An attitude of gratitude every time we get to spend time with you. Today we're talking about just how many millions, and it might be $100 million plus, that Disney is going to lose on Tron Ares. It's a terrible, and I mean terrible film, but folks, it might be even worse for shareholders than it is for those who have to sadly sit through the thing if they're so unlucky as to buy a ticket. Don't, we can't warn you enough. It's so terrible. It makes Snow White look like a masterpiece. Folks, let's dive in. Click the like button. Tell us in the comments, have you seen it? Did you walk away saying, why have my eyes seen this? Let's dive in right now. The reviews are in for Tron Ares, and it is not good, my friends. It is not good indeed. 53%, despite the fact that the Legacy, Going Extinct Dinosaur Media, and the Access Media, the Cupcakers, the Pixie Dusters, are so inclined to give Disney a good time. Still, this sucker is full of suckage at 53%. Let's take a look at some of the reviews, and I'm going to give you really what's going on here, I believe. Continue without disabling. Thank you so much, Rotten Tomatoes. Jorge Rivera Rubio out of Kibo says it's a fun sci-fi popcorn flick. Unfortunately, it's just a 3 out of 5 and somehow got a tomato. If you scroll on down, though, you can see that there's some splatterooskies here, and the more and more you get into it, the more you're going to find out that the top critics really don't like it. How many times I'm not going to enable your ads? You lose, Rotten Tomatoes. I'm not going to keep showing it. I'll just summarize. Ladies and gentlemen, the top critics, they really dislike it because they have job security. And the all critics, the access people, they're more friendly with it, but top critics really dislike it. How badly do they dislike it? Well, let's go to the Telegraph, which again would be one of the most inclined places online to give Disney a little smiley face sticker and say, good job, you did the message. Tron Ares is so bad it makes you wish AI would hurry up and destroy Hollywood. This is brutal, but it's reflective of how people feel about this movie. Let's talk about it. Robbie Collin is the chief film critic here. Says a shambolic film populated by some of the most aggressively charmless characters ever seen in a blockbuster. 1 out of 5. No, sorry, we're not going to do that. Oh, they put it behind the paywall. Darn you guys. Anyway, the headline's good enough. And guess what else? Nerdrotic has come out and said, this is so terrible. Gary can't stand it. I'm not looking forward, folks, to what I have to go through now because packing Protons is making me watch bad movies. And for the fans out there, I'm going to have to do a Tron Ares review. I'm going to go sit by myself in a theater, I'm sure, eat stale popcorn, and watch a stale film based on woke ideology. Culture, they're saying this thing is mega woke. Has Disney not learned anything yet at all?
No. Look, the only good thing in this is the soundtrack. Everybody that I have talked to that has seen this garbage says the music's good. There are a couple of moments of special effects scenes that are good. Outside of that, this is a girl boss movie. Sorry. And it's a Tron movie without Tron. And, it's interesting because Marvin had been reporting that for a long time. And when I heard it, I was like, well, that makes sense for Disney. You've eliminated the good things because that's what you do if you're Disney. You take out the good things. People liked it. We get rid of it. That's what this film is. And I have to see this in full. I've seen a lot of clips. I got a chance to read a treatment and I'm just going to say, no, thank you. And I'm still got to see it. And then I got to rate it. And then I got to talk about it. And I'm probably going to be angry. And so, tune in for that one, guys. But this is such an easy thing to do. The problem is they took all the wrong lessons from the second film, right? And they applied it to this. And look, if you are a girl boss movie, advertise yourself as a girl boss movie. Don't give me effeminate, what's this guy's name? Jared Leto, the destroyer of all things pop culture. And because I don't want to be Morbin again. You understand? This thing's 85% score on Rotten Tomatoes, I believe. That's how it debuted.
44% right now from top critics culture. And the way Rotten Tomatoes is set up now, you basically, the only way you can get a splat is a 1 or a 2 out of 5. Like if it's anything higher than that, you get, it's freshified. So 44% means that 56% gave this either a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
People listen to that. This is how they've set it up. Rotten Tomatoes has been set up now where it's almost impossible to get these rotten scores. You got to really be bad. And there's been plenty of bad. 56% of critics gave this thing the equivalent of like a 1 or 2 out of 5. That's terrible. And what I don't understand is, what is Disney doing? Other than Lilo and Stitch this year, everything is falling apart for them. This is awful. And Bob Iger told us, Joe Rossi, Bob Iger told us that we had the strongest slate since 2019. This is going to flop hard.
Well, what else is he supposed to say? I mean, when you're the face of the company, you're supposed to, when you come out and basically do your little, State of the Union, you're supposed to say everything is going great. Everything's going to be amazing. The future looks bright. You're not going to say, we have nothing coming up. Everything is looking terrible. And by the way, I could tell from even the trailers that I saw when the biggest thing is Trent Reznor, Nine Inch Nails soundtrack, which, by the way, I'm a huge Nine Inch Nails fan. And that was the only reason I was even considering watching this. That's your biggest selling point. And the fact that Jared Leto's in this is not a selling point. It just looks empty and soulless and just, it's basically CGI and a great soundtrack. That's it.
So I am right now, what I'm seeing on Deadline is that this thing has, let's see. I believe
that's so wrong.
Let me see if we get this. Yeah, it's going to be something like, that's a global opening. That probably
global.
Is right.
It's more like it's in the $40 to $45 million range right now.
Yeah,
at best.
40 sounds about right to me. Okay, so
which is where it was 2 weeks ago. By the way, Valiant Renegade has a video dropping not too long from now, talking about the box office for this and the $100 million of marketing spend that they probably would put in on a movie like this. That's not really moving the needle at all. That 44 million is what it was projected as 2 weeks back, and now it's at 40 to 45 million, otherwise stated as the same exact thing. So the marketing hasn't done anything for this in any way. And
well, Jonas, here's what
probably doesn't help that it's a sequel to an awesome movie. So
here's what I was looking for in the Deadline article. I knew that Deadline had this, the budget. Now, we all know that movies go above the budget, and Disney movies in particular tend to really skyrocket past the budget, right? The budget is it's just there for fun. The budget for Tron Ares is reported to Deadline, which is a Hollywood trade, so you would think they know this, at $180 million.
Oh.
Now, let's just say they overshot it because easy math, it's at least 200 million, I would say. So 200 million on the production and culture. I hear that scoff, and I agree with you, right? Cough, cough. We know what Disney does. Snow White gets reported at, these little measly numbers, and you find out they doubled it. But whatever, let's go to 200 million. Let's say that the marketing is 100 million because that's what it tends to be at minimum. This movie needs $600 million to break even if we are as kind as we can possibly be, and it's going to open to 40 domestically. 40 million domestically, and it's got to get to 600, and that's being ultra kind. Go ahead.
It's just, this is a pattern. The amount of money that they tell you they're going to spend isn't close. The budget that they're publishing is before they shoot frame one. That's the thing people need to grasp. They'll never be inside that number. And look, you should give a director and a producer and your editing team money if they actually come in at budget, but they don't. And every single time the movie is based on the message, it fails. One farce after another, or one woke after another, or whatever it was that just came out with DiCaprio, nuked his career. His credibility as an actor is garbage. And despite the fact that it had an okay opening, they were trying to live off of that. This is worse. This is worse because this is an established property that people, kind of are looking for specifics from. And they started to get shades of the message in the last movie, no matter what you think of it overall. But this is taking it to an entirely different level. And
if
I'm
this thing flops hardcore like we expect,
yeah.
how fast do you think they get rid of the red lights at Disney World and the music? Like, how quick can they get that out of there and say, never mind, we didn't?
2 minutes. 2 minutes. You just throw a couple switches. And honestly, the Tron ride should have been expanded for Florida, and it wasn't. This thing is not worth the line. It's a 70-second ride. It's silly. And let me introduce what I said at the beginning of the year. Disney at the end of the year will have its weakest section of box office. Why? Well, because coming up next, folks, is the Thanksgiving classic Zootopia 2.
It's got a chance. Listen, Zootopia's got a chance, Culture.
You bet, because I want to watch those two lovely characters fight through their marriage counseling. I absolutely.
They're not married. They're not married. They're co-workers. Culture.
Maybe they will be, and then Zootopia can answer all kinds of other questions.
No.
Those the dragon and donkey, when they got together with Shrek, those babies still haunt my dreams. I don't need rabbit foxes.
I don't need. What I don't need is whatever therapy that they're going through. Plus, I don't need at the very end of the year blue people again in Avatar 3: Fire and Ash.
Here we go.
Now we're gonna have red people.
It's gonna make $1 billion. James Cameron makes $1 billion every time.
I think the important thing to bring up here is that Disney had cameras almost rolling on Tron 3 back in the day with Joseph Kosinski, otherwise known as the director of Top Gun Maverick and F1. They probably could have gotten Daft Punk back for the soundtrack at that point. And
right.
I mean, I theoretically respect Nine Inch Nails, but man, that Daft Punk soundtrack on Tron Legacy,
it was
one of the greatest soadtracks of all time.
It slapped, right, Jonas?
It is so good. They had Sam Flynn, they had Garrett Hedlund. I'm sure they would have gotten back Cora, Olivia Wilde, who, before she decided to become an activist, who makes some movies sometimes. And of course, Jeff Bridges at the time. Now, they could have made a follow-up to Tron Legacy, and this just seems like they're aping the style updates from Tron Legacy and doing their own thing. I'm curious just because I'm curious, but I'm not going to go see this in theaters. And really, I'm just going to go watch Tron Legacy again. And I'll have the same thought I always had. Man, I wish they would update those facial effects on Clue. But otherwise, man, Tron Legacy, such a great movie.
Nat, Culture's talking about therapy. Disney may need therapy after all these flops. What's really going on that's causing everything outside of Lilo and Stitch to go wrong this year?
They haven't wanted to change, and I think people kind of need to accept it might just actually start just going worse and worse for Disney, because they did realize something, at least with Tron Ares, within the plot, at least, where they had feminized and it's mostly female characters, but in the trailers, they kind of hide them. So maybe they thought they could do something there for what's happening now in culture in general. But I think because they've continued to show that they don't really want to make those changes, I think we might all just have to accept it might be a company that won't do very well for a very long time now.
Terrible leadership, right, Nat?
Yes.
Yeah.
And no change and no willingness to change, I think, even.
Often as we get ready to wrap these up, folks, you'll hear us say, keep learning, keep growing, keep having fun. And the reason we do it is because we appreciate you. It's true, we do. And we want you to have a good time. Thank you for giving us the great time of spending time with you. Folks, on the way out the door, consider clicking that like button, share, subscribe, click it and stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell, and drop a comment down below, because you matter. Your thoughts matter. Who cares what the legacy corporate deadbeat media tells you? You really are important. And we're a testament to that. We wouldn't be here without folks just like you. And since we've said it, we'll say it once more. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Jump into the water.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun.
So I give them cannonball.
Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.